We're not just trying to find the people who are lost, but the lost voices, the lost stories, and the lost hope of their loved ones as well.
The two boys that were in the vehicle and their parents that helped cover up the vehicle are all guilty.
We want the families to know that people still give a damn.
I saw my father put his hands around her neck, and then he carried her out of my sight.
Our name is also our mission. We are locating the lost.
I've accepted my brother's death. I can still talk to him. We just don't see him physically. And I know I'm a believer that I'm going to see him again one day.
Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and most podcast platforms.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone watching us live, we appreciate it. Everyone watching us back as a recording, we appreciate that as well.
Yes.
Oh.
How many people are in here? We got 15 so far. That's good. So tonight we're joined by Ann Perkins. She is the mother of Liz Perkins, whose body was found on the side of the road in 2018, right here in Maine. And welcome so much. Thank you so much for joining us, and welcome.
You.
You got me when you start tearing up. You have a way of doing that, though.
Sweet.
So, this is an unfortunate anniversary this year, right? So it's been 6 years since Liz was found. Can you talk about Liz a little bit? Who she was as a child and growing up, and.
Well, she's the oldest of the three that I have. She's growing up. She was shy, sweet. She light up the room when she goes in. She's how'd I put that? Oh, sorry, I had it all written down. I'm so nervous.
You're okay.
Oh, you don't need to be nervous.
Okay, this is what I wrote, and I raised a normal child, so I thought she was shy, sweet, smart, lovable, and always the first person to help a child struggling. Be with homework from the bullies, with others who felt left out. She's always made everyone welcomed in her life. She's easily made friends. She's easily made friends.
Yeah.
And she was a cheerleader, as you can see. That's her passion, cheerleading. Her animals was one of her other passions, and she loved her family and friends.
It's a very pretty girl.
Thank you. Very smart, wise. She was there to catch the punchline. And if you ask her for an opinion, she would give it to you if you like it or not. Very honest with her opinion.
So she went to Waterville High School, right? And your husband Mike drives bus for Waterville still, right?
Yes, Mike does. Yeah, he still does. 24 years, 23 years.
I say that because I know he's secretly right beside you.
Yes. Yeah.
And these are Ann's children?
These are
I'm sorry, Liz's children?
Yes.
How old are they now?
Chase will be 23 in October, and Jen's, how old, 26? 26 or 27, I don't know. She's the oldest anyway of the grandchildren.
Yeah.
10 grandchildren I have.
So Liz is the one in behind, and then these are her sisters?
Yes. Yeah. Natasha and Amber.
And who's the young woman in front?
Me, of course.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood a little bit for you, Ann.
Yes, absolutely.
We do have a comment here from Amber Gervais saying, "You got this, Mama."
Thank you. I do. Been having this the past 6 years.
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Ugh, it's horrible.
and we're friends on Facebook, so I see a lot of your posts that you post about your daughter and
Mm.
the circumstances and how frustrating the whole ordeal has been. So if you
Yeah.
don't mind, kind of get into, what was going on the days leading up to her disappearance and ultimately her being
Well,
found.
she's been struggling addiction for many years leading up to her death. How do I put that? She was incarcerated when I picked her up on her 37th birthday, 2018. And I picked her up. She was getting ready to go to the James's place in Augusta to get her life straightened out, reconnect with her children, get to know her grandchildren. And she got a job. She was very happy and proud of herself that she was able to make real money.
Where was she working at?
Oh, what?
Where was she working?
You're breaking up, guys.
Oh yeah, you're breaking up a bit, Travis. Say that again.
I said, where was she working?
At
Oh, there you
Dunkin'
go.
Donuts on Bangor Street in Augusta.
And I say that because maybe someone saw her, recognized her in there, and maybe they know something.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, she was really happy and then her and her girlfriend showed up 2 weeks later into James's place, and I don't think she gave up the drugs. I think she was
So
still doing drugs.
For the people listening, what is James's place?
It's a rehab place. It's a rehab house.
Yeah. Okay. So she was actively trying to help herself, though. Like she's trying to get better and fix things.
Correct. Yes. And she was going to IOP meetings. She was meeting new people that has a positive attitude.
Right.
And I have to say her girlfriend steered her in the wrong direction. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's the way I see it, and that's the way I'm always going to see it.
Yeah, you didn't think that they were making the positive change for her, helping her with that, right?
Right. Because Liz has bipolar and ADHD, and I think she has a personality problem too, because she was telling me one time that she's, Mama, I don't know what to do because I keep hearing these voices. Hey, Liz, come here. Liz, come here. And I keep ignoring them, and then she just couldn't ignore them. It's like, I don't know what the heck is going on. I said, well, I think you ought to get it checked out and see what's going on. So I guess she went to the doctor, and she had manic depression, anxiety.
Yeah, so you just had a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
That's gonna be a real struggle, and it's easy to see how that substance abuse can be an easy thing for people to turn to when they've got a lot of stuff like that going on.
Yeah,
Self-medicating themselves.
I think if she could have got away from 2 or 3 of the people that she hung around with, she might have made it, but these people kind of enabled her to keep going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you need positive reinforcement, positive influences in your life when you're going through that sort of stuff.
Correct.
So leading up to what were things like the last time that you guys had talked to her? Was that the last time that you saw her when she was there with her girlfriends?
No, the last time I saw her was on North Street in Augusta. I think it was there on the 28th or the 29th. It was in the morning. We had his sports car, only 2-seater. She wanted us to take her for breakfast, but we couldn't take her for breakfast because it was only a 2-seater. So we couldn't take her.
Yeah.
But she was telling me that she was there cleaning apartments, which I find out now is all a lie. She was homeless. She was staying in a abandoned building, I guess, or staying at somebody else's house. And that was the last time I saw her.
Too proud to let you know that things are still pretty rough for her, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I gave her birthday gifts that day. I gave her a kiss and a hug, and that was the last time I saw her.
Susie Stewart says, she was an amazing person. I miss her so much. Miss her. Never forget our chocolate chip fights. Rest in peace. Liz, always love you, and your family will always be a part of my life. I hope amazing people. Oh, they'll always be a part of my life, I hope. Amazing people.
Mhm.
Yeah, your whole family's well liked. Like,
Yeah.
you have a lot of people in your corner rooting for you to help get some justice for Liz, which we'll get into in a little bit here.
Thank you.
We were actually eating in a restaurant one day, Jeff,
Mhm.
and a girl was our waitress, and she actually sat down with us and thanked Ann for Liz helping her out to get her away from drugs. And she had been quite a long time from where Liz had helped her to where she is now, and she's done an amazing job for herself since.
Wow.
Yeah, Liz
Wow,
helped
man.
a lot of people in their addiction. I have people come up to me and say, Liz helped me a lot. And I'm still clean to this day, they say. So she's done something good.
Yeah, it's too bad she wasn't able to, help herself. And
Take her own advice.
but I mean, she saved a lot of lives along the way. It sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys, you see her at the park. It was her birthday.
No, her birthday was actually the 5th, but I was waiting for her presents to come in from the mail. I got her, she liked crocheting, so I got her a couple of crocheting needles and some books so that she could crochet a puppet or blankets.
Yeah.
To this day, I don't know where the books and stuff are.
Do you guys know the James's place at all?
I'm sure my wife does. She's a drug and alcohol counselor in Augusta, so I'm sure she's very familiar with them.
So she would know the people that ran the place.
Yeah, I can only assume so. Yeah. Are you wanting to reach out to them, who was running it at the time, maybe, and see if they know anything?
They know the story.
No, she used Liz's story to benefit the Liz's story and other stories like Liz's to benefit the programs that went into law, like the Good Samaritan law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Danielle said she didn't hear the question. So Danielle, they're asking if you know who was involved with James' place in Augusta.
Yeah, I do know who the girl is.
I just don't
I
know.
don't know if
I don't
wanna-
know if it's relevant for us to actually put her name out there because she's a
No.
figure.
Yeah, because she
she's
is
a
a figure in the drug program.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to.
No, that's fine.
But-
And so Danielle does work with James' place in Augusta. Sounds like. So
Yeah.
So what do you guys know at this point? Like after you leave her in Augusta that night or that day, what happened the rest of the week that you have been able to piece together? At
Well,
least?
I didn't see Liz for a couple days, and then she had called me a couple days prior of the 29th that she had to borrow money for food and cigarettes that week because her girlfriend had taken money for her addiction.
Mm.
And while Liz was talking to me, her friend in the background saying, well, I didn't steal no money. You took your money and you used it for your own use and blah, blah, blah. And she sounded like she was really way off the wall high. And I was like,
Yeah.
So she ended up borrowing money from one of the guys who was staying at the James's place that week.
Mm-hmm.
We know that somewhere along the line, I don't remember the date, but there was a party that was put on by James's place over in the park.
That was July 14th.
July 14th?
It was
Okay,
July
it was
14th.
July 14th, there was a party that was put on by James's place for people to come that have been trying to work into rehab. I'm going to put it that way.
It's
because I
a
don't know.
young people's
And-
picnic.
Liz's girlfriend showed up at the place trying to get her to go. Come on, come with us, and they all wanted to go and do drugs with her that day, and Liz would not. So this was part of Liz trying to break away, but
Yeah.
in the end, it just didn't happen that way. She got sucked back in by these people.
She got sucked back in it, and they ended up doing drugs on the 24th, I think it was, at James's place. And Liz was revived by Narcan, and then they had to leave the next day.
They actually threw him out on the street without letting us know or letting Liz's probation officer know or anything.
Nobody was
and-
notified.
Like, I kind of understand not letting you know because she's an adult, but you would think that her probation officer definitely would have been told.
Oh, absolutely. That's what.
Well,
really-
I would still imagine like an emergency contact, like, hey, by the way, she's not here anymore. Just some sort of a heads up to let the people who care about her know that, you know, she's not in our care anymore. She might need someone to help her out. Something, right?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the rules now in rehab or in a recovery home, is that they have emergency phone calls for people to be notified now.
And whether or not they did at that time, we don't know that.
Mm-hmm. And her sister Natasha says that was the last time I saw her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the picnic. It was a good day.
And Joseph says, wow, her girlfriend sounds worse than just enabling. She was flat out pushing it. Yeah, absolutely,
Correct.
Joe.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
what do we know happened after that?
Well, okay, the last time she was seen was on the 29th or the 31st of July. Warren Sidelinger was the last person who saw her. He picked her up at a guy named Mike's house in Augusta.
I'm not burning that.
Was it Burnham Ave?
Mount Vernon.
Well, anyway, in Augusta. He took her to his father's house that night. He agreed to save half, whatever the half means, for them to party with, and he'd bring her home the next morning. He brought her home all right, dead, on the side of the road.
So this is
And he didn't bring her home either.
so on the screen here is Warren, right? The younger gentleman is Warren, and then the older gentleman is
Yeah.
his father.
Yes.
Absolutely, that's his father.
And did he live with his dad?
I think he was living with his father at the time, yes,
All right. So
Yeah. in Windsor.
So
So-
they were the last to have seen
That's all
her.
Liz last,
The,
yes.
the alleged had seen her last, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
where did they claim that they dropped her off at?
Well, when we was looking for Liz for the first couple days, we talked to Warren. He said that he picked her up and he dropped her off in a parking lot where he picked her up at, which that's a lie.
And where was that parking lot?
It's on Mount Vernon Ave, up behind the building where he picked her up at.
Yeah, which would have been,
What?
trying to think of the name of the blue building.
Oh,
What's the name of the
not
blue
even gonna
building?
worry about the blue building. So
Yeah,
I'm
'cause that's where the
remembering.
parking lot was.
Yes,
Talking about.
before the ballpark or after the
Yeah.
ballpark.
Right near that ballpark on Mount Vernon Ave, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
right.
gas station and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the Newman Memorial Field.
Yep. You gonna pull that up on Google?
Yeah, I've got it right here.
I even have the address where she was at last.
So this is roughly. I'm not entirely sure the location specifically, but this is the ball field there.
Mm-hmm.
No,
No, it's up further, wasn't it?
no, it's down here.
Oh, down further?
That ball field is right by the store.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's down towards, if you see both of those
Right.
roads, you just follow down. It's where the old Edwards manufacturing building used to be. Now it's the park right here, right there in that opening right there.
That green
Right at
spot
the
there.
green-
Mm,
That
Right
park,
here?
right in-
No,
no.
on the,
Nope.
On the
right
Right where
road.
you just were. Right there.
right in there. That's the park where the Edwards manufacturing used to be.
Okay.
There's a big church right there. Just up the hill from it, there's the big church.
And that's where he claimed he picked her up and dropped her off.
Right.
Right down in that
Right.
in that area, yeah.
Do we know if Joseph asked, were both parts a lie, picking her up there and dropping her off? Do we know if that's where he picked her up?
Somewhere in that area on
On
Mount
he
Vernon
picked
Ave.
her up on Mount Vernon Ave at a gentleman's house named Mike.
That's
I don't
all.
know the guy's last name.
Mhm.
Ann might know it, but I'm not sure.
I do, but I'm not going to mention it.
Yeah.
But
Let's just throw them all out there. Let's throw every name.
I want to. I really
This one right
really
here.
do. It's like it
Is,
really.
is that
pisses me
Route
off.
104 right there where you just were in that little park we were talking about? Is that Route 104?
104 is the road beside it. So this
Okay,
is
so
104.
you follow that down towards the point. That right where you are right there. That point. That go up a little bit. This park to the right of that right there is where the That's where the big park is right there. That takes up that whole area. It used to be a mill. That whole area right there.
Mill
used to be a-
Park right here. Yep.
But that's
Correct.
not where he
Mill
dropped
Park.
her off.
That's the name of it. But down the road, the blue house is right down the road, right in that area where you are, right there. It's that big building right there. That's where the parking lot was, right behind that blue building right there is where he said he dropped her off,
Okay.
which would be on Water Street.
What's
If
it?
you see the railroad trestle, which I can see it from here, so you should
Is-
be able to.
Is that the same street that the
Yeah, this
That's-
trestle.
J&F Oil is?
No, that's Mill Park right there.
Well, no,
That's
he
where we had
dropped her.
and I know, but I'm trying to show where the blue house is. To
Yeah.
where, if you're in Mill Park and you just come right down towards the bottom of the screen, just follow that right down towards the bottom of the screen. That little section right
Oh,
in
you're
there-
talking about is it Edwards Inn?
Yes. That's
Yes.
the parking
Okay.
lot he said he dropped her off in.
You
The
sure?
same place where
Okay.
Megan Gregory disappeared from, and
Because where Mike lives is on the other street.
On Mount Vernon Ave.
Right.
Right. But he dropped her off on the back of that blue building, the same place that the girl disappeared
Yeah,
from.
yeah, where they found. Yeah.
That's the one.
Well, anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Megan
Right.
Gregory, and
Yeah. Correct.
and that's a known.
Oh,
It's
God.
a
Exactly.
bad place.
Yeah.
That building right there. The parking lot right behind it.
Right down here.
That one, I think it was in.
And you can get in on either end. You can get in on that end or you can get in on the other end.
You can rent a room for about $50, I think,
Exactly.
or less.
Huh.
And that parking lot you're looking at right there, Jeff, is where he said he dropped her off.
Okay.
That's what he told the police department.
So, like you guys had said, you've been down here and you asked questions, and you obviously didn't find her down here, right?
No, we searched the
No,
riverbanks and everything. We searched Mill Park. When they found Megan Gregory, we could have
Mhm.
walked right past her because we walked that whole area.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
surprised
really?
he-
So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
'cause that would have been about the same time.
All
Yeah.
through that park, all in the long stuff, everything.
And she was found. If you
At
go
the
up
other-
to
at
the
the far
park,
end.
At the other
Yeah.
end.
Up near.
up by the sandpit area.
Yeah.
Exactly. You keep right on following that up through, and there's a sand pit way up on the other end, and she was found up in that area. And we walked all through there. Me,
Mm-hmm.
Amber's boyfriend, Tasha's boyfriend, we all walked right up through there. And I mean,
Wow.
we weren't 6 feet apart when we walked through there.
I'm surprised we didn't run into her.
I'm very
It's
surprised.
supposed to be the sand pit here.
Yeah.
Exactly. That whole area, we walked right through that whole area, down to the south of what you're pointing at right now. And she was found up near that sand pit right there in the woods.
Yeah, Megan Gregory was.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
not
that was
Liz.
the area that we searched for Liz in that area,
Mhm.
and we weren't looking.
You know
for
if I actually know the answer to this question, but I'm not sure if you guys do. Did Liz and Megan know each other?
I'm not sure if they do or not.
Amber?
Yeah. You don't know. I don't.
Same thing. We're not sure if she did.
We
They
don't
did.
know. I mean, they might know each other as acquaintances.
I know. I asked
Maybe,
Lestella that, and he did not know.
No.
And actually, that brings up a good point. We did want to put this out as well. That if anyone does have any information about, contact the Augusta Police Department at 207-626-2370. And you're looking for Detective Lestella. I'll keep that on the screen for a while.
I
But
think
you know,
Go ahead.
I think we have a
whatever
mutual friend.
information that he gets is all going to be hearsay because that's all he's going to tell me is all hearsay. Because there's nothing they can do if it's hearsay. They have to be actually present at the time. Or, I don't know. Warren.
Well, and
Fast.
still, if someone has run their mouth enough, right? All it takes is one night for someone to be drinking and to confess something to someone, for it to be enough for them to try to investigate at least a little bit further, right? So anyways, we go from that. You guys have done that searching. Now,
I like
who was it?
Hmm?
Who was it that found Liz?
Well, it goes like this. In the medical report that I have, they say it's all depends on what's in the medical report that they can charge.
They're asking who found her.
I'm telling nobody.
Yeah,
He was lured. No, because Rosella was lured.
that's what he's asking.
Right. Actually, it was Brian that found her. Because Warren told her where she was. Told him where she was. Sorry.
Yeah, so initially when Warren's asked about her, he claimed he dropped her off somewhere else. And then, so what made him change his mind to tell them where she was?
He had to be coaxed into telling the detective where she was.
And so his story at the time was...
Well, the story that I got is, well, Liz's family deserves to know where you put her. They need to know where she is so they can put this to rest. Give them closure.
And at that point, we've been looking for her for 3
Yeah.
weeks.
And Warren's going around tearing down.
We believe that he went behind us as we put posters up of Liz, that
And
him
tore
or
'em
somebody
down.
associated with him was tearing pictures and signs down.
That's disgusting. No matter
It is.
like,
Yes.
so I mean, you would assume it's an associate of whoever is to blame for this, right? But like that is, I would go to jail for. Man, I would beat someone's ass for that. Just
Well,
witnessing that.
I have thought about it several times. And you
It's-
know,
it's
with
better that you guys
bottom
stay out of
line
jail.
is, it's not going to bring my daughter back.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Right.
reason Travis, we really believe this is because when we went to take signs down, a lot of them were missing. We put out probably over 1,000 in Augusta because we put them on every pole, every tree that legally we could do it. We did it in Belfast. We did it in Lewiston, Auburn. Everywhere that we knew she might have an associate, we put posters up. We met a person in the store in Pittsfield, Rennie's, and they were on their way to Rochester. And we had heard that she had a contact in Rochester, New York. And these people took 100 of them from us and they put them up in Rochester, New York for us. That's how far we looked for Liz.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly
Over the
Scott
course
says, seeing his picture makes my stomach upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So
little funny face is just hiding the other guy's face. That's what that is.
Yeah. That's his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's a
That is
female back
Warren's
there.
Girlfriend.
this is the location where Liz was actually found, right? You guys said that you'd found her right over here, or where she was.
You got to show the screen.
Oh,
again.
I don't have the screen up. My mistake. So this is the location here, and I'll zoom back out so people can see. So this is the difference in locations where she was actually located versus where they said the drop off and pickup was initially, right? And
Right.
So
And where did
As a
Warren
pro-
live? You guys know?
Windsor, Maine.
So he would have
Liz
lived
from
beyond,
Windsor.
Windsor's not far from where that is.
right? But it's the other side of it, right? From Augusta.
Yeah, through the back roads, it's not far.
Right. Matter of fact, I think it's 360.
We think that it's about 4 miles.
Yep, about 4 miles they took
4
her.
miles from here to where we think she was at to about 4.5 miles to the hospital.
So as the crow flies, according to where he claimed initially that he dropped her off, it's about 6 miles
Okay.
from there to where he claimed initially by that blue building to where she was actually found.
And that's
down
why I don't
here-
believe he did that.
Right. So let me put this back, little guy down here. And this is a little turnaround where she was found. Now, you guys said that it was roughly over here, right, where she was found.
Yep.
Yep.
And that had been 3 weeks.
That had been 3 weeks. The last time she was seen by anybody alive, excluding him, was the people she worked with at Dunkin' Donuts. They said she wasn't feeling good at work that day, and she left.
That's what they said.
And that's the last time anybody saw her alive, was at Dunkin' Donuts at work.
This is one thing that makes it so, and I don't want to sound gruesome or anything, but like, did you guys get to see any of the pictures of how she was found? Like, I don't know how a person could be sitting here for 3 weeks.
I read the report. Read some of the report
The
from
autopsy.
the autopsy. I did,
And it was pretty gruesome.
and it was gruesome enough for me. I put it away a couple times and took it out a couple times, and
I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah.
But we didn't get to see pictures.
No, I didn't see any pictures, but he did have help. The position her body was in and where they found her, he had help putting her there. Her pants, I'm not going to go there, but
I was going to ask, she was fully clothed at the time when she was found?
her shirt was up over her head. Her pants was like halfway down.
So we know
Below
that
her
she couldn't
waist?
have been dragged one way or the other. She had to be moved by two people because
Yeah.
her clothes were up and
Different
down.
directions. Right.
Yeah.
And the way that her body was positioned, he had help putting her there. And that's why we believe that his father may have helped him.
Was there anything like a blanket or anything covering her up, or?
No,
I don't know.
Not that they said.
They didn't say anything.
And that's the thing, is
They
this
didn't say anything in the paper.
near a junkyard, and there's a school bus here. This is a well-traveled area. That's one thing that's really hard to believe, is that she could have sat here for 3 weeks without someone invested, like looking and checking something, right?
I think it's back further where that dark spot is, right there.
No, it was where the
Oh, right
grass
here?
was
Back
growing.
of the in back of that
Anyways,
dark spot where they
it was
put
right
her.
in that area. And when he finally took us to show us the spot, the grass was tall. You
Yeah.
could see it had been trampled down and everything from where they did all the investigating, all the police department and the ambulance and the EMTs and everything else was there. You could see it was trampled down, but you could see that the grass around it that wasn't trampled was 2 or 3 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you can, Jeff, can you look at the other side of the road here?
Yeah.
Can you spin that and look at the other side? See the trees right here? The sun would have came up right through where those trees are clear,
That's been there all
and it would
day.
have beat right on her all day long, right from time, because the sun came up right through them trees right there.
Yeah.
And the sun would have just beat right on her daily, all day long for 3.5 weeks.
Jeez.
And plus the insects.
The insects, the
Right.
rodents, everything else.
Well, yeah.
I
there
do want to
was-
say it's ironic that there's a school bus in this picture, since that's what you do
I
for
know,
work,
right?
Mike, right? It's,
Yeah,
I
but
don't drive that kind of bus though.
I don't know.
So
yeah, so
they'd gotten her location from him because they he was the one that told them where her body was, but that
Correct.
wasn't enough to lead them to prosecute or investigate any further.
right,
That's what they
because
said.
because
They said that the disposal of her body, excuse me, Ann, they said that them disposing of her body on the side of the road was like a litter bug charge.
I'm
Which is absolute
blown away
bullshit.
by that.
it's misdemeanor charge.
A misdemeanor charge of maybe up to $1,000 and 30 days in jail.
If
That was
any.
total what they could get
For
out of it.
disposing
And they didn't even
of-
charge him for that, though.
No,
No, they didn't even charge him for that.
no, because they could get him up here if they can.
But if a doctor
They won't.
did it, the doctor would go to jail. Ann has read enough of laws from here to Timbuktu. And I'm telling you, these laws all vary from one state, one city, one town to the
Varies
next.
in different states.
That blows my mind that you can dispose of a human body and you would get a littering charge And
Yeah.
I'm
That's what-
disgusted.
And not only that, with him telling them where he found her, he
Where you
hindered
put her.
where he put her. He hindered how do I want to put it?
Hindering.
He hindered the body from the medical
hindered-
examiner's office for getting
Hindered
the
an investigation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What'd
Like,
you
why
say,
not charge him for that?
What'd you say, Travis?
because it's not written in the name. It's not written in Maine.
That he should be charged with interfering with an investigation or
Hinder-
hindering investigation or something.
Correct.
Right,
And
right.
that's what Ann has said right from day one.
Yep.
And then her sister Amber says, "Help us change these laws, please." Yes, we gotta figure out a way to get this.
And it's been 6 years.
Yes.
6 years. And nothing has come about from this.
Nothing. Not a
Oh.
thing.
Did he
Sorry.
spend a minute in jail?
He spends minutes in jail, all right, for different
Oh,
various
but not for,
charges.
but not for this.
No.
The last time he was in jail was in. Where is it? Oh, yeah. I got it right here. Oh, it was in August. I believe it was in August 2023 for violation of probation. That's it.
And Crystal saying abuse of a corpse. And I don't know if that is a law, but it should be. Like
It is.
It is in some places. I'm not
Oh.
sure if it's in Maine.
Yes. But
so in I just want to put this out there again. Anyone listening, like you don't have to necessarily have information, but you can try to request to ask them like, hey, why is nothing happening? So again, I'm going to give out the phone number for the Augusta Police Department at 207-626-2370. Detective Westella. Like, if we can put pressure on them, like this is disgusting that he admitted where she was placed and not a single charge was filed against him for that. It is absolutely abhorrent.
and like I said, it's only a misdemeanor charge in the state of Maine. It's like
Unreal.
a litter bug charge.
But
only thing
if,
he left-
I could only imagine if someone had admitted to dumping a body somewhere and them not immediately being put into jail for that,
Exactly.
and unless he's like an FBI informant, like I don't know,
Like,
But
Kara
why-
says, "Wow, that's horrendous. No wonder so many cases aren't solved with attitudes like that from investigators. This needs to change, but sadly, they won't do anything to change it and make families' pain a bit less." So
Right.
true.
Yeah,
I don't-
and Joseph says here that oh, sorry, where did that go? Yeah, here we go. I feel like it's enough of a reason to investigate it further. Absolutely. Like it,
hmm
I don't know what is the stick in the mud scenario here. Like what is keeping them from doing anything? It's
well, he's
Disgusting.
going around telling everybody this sad story about her overdosing and he threw her out of a car and left her.
why would if someone overdoses in your vehicle and you talk, why wouldn't you try to get a hold of the paramedics, someone?
Right.
Because it's his drugs. He don't want to get caught with his drugs, does he? Do you?
See, the Good Samaritan law wasn't on before this.
No, it wasn't.
Right.
Because he's
Right,
already played that.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And somebody that happens a lot too. People overdose, and then the other people that are there feeding them the drugs, they panic and hide them, and then families are struggling for answers and trying to
Well-
figure out where their children are.
His girlfriend overdosed. He called the ambulance. He played that Good Samaritan law. I don't believe in the Samaritan law. It's only as good as the people who call it.
One of his girlfriends.
Yeah, one of his girlfriends. This isn't the first time he's done this, and he's getting away with it.
I mean, he is a looker, I guess.
So she had been there for 3 weeks. On the autopsy, what did they conclude was the cause of death, or did they have any?
They didn't have one.
And this is
Okay,
why
because that was a question from Bonnie Sue here. I'm so sorry. What was the cause of death declared by the medical examiner?
That's
But
nothing.
They didn't have any.
Nope, they couldn't give me the cause of death or nothing. It's unknown.
because of the decomposition and no bodily fluids left, they had all dried up.
hmm I wish they'd do another autopsy, but they can't.
Which leads me back to the beginning of this. 2,000 years ago, they got DNA.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, and we'd mentioned that before we went live, that we were talking about, you can get DNA off from, like, there's science has advanced quite a ways, but even 6 years ago, they could have probably done something like, even if the fluids had dried up, I have to imagine even within inside the bones or something, like a lot of drugs would still be in this. They could at least be able to tell if there was an overdose potentially, right?
Right.
You would think.
You would
but
assume.
there was different weather that year. I mean, it was hot for many a days. It rained for a couple days. It would.
But most of the time it was 85,
hot.
90-degree days during that
Yeah.
3-week stretch. I remember we were looking every day.
Yeah, sweating.
We went into Augusta, and the girls right here can confirm. We went to Augusta and we searched every crook, cranny, any abandoned cars, dumpsters, trash cans, in behind buildings, alleyways. We looked everywhere, guys. There's not an inch of Augusta, Maine that we didn't go. We went to cemeteries, the back of cemeteries, everywhere, just looking.
Hmm.
That's
Oh.
awful.
Jeez.
I mean,
And how much help
and-
were the police department during that time?
0.
well, no, I have to say, Westella was very, very helpful. He was very helpful. He can only do as much
What'd you
what
say?
the laws will allow him to do. You know.
What is protecting that other guy, though? That's what I'm wondering, is what is keeping him safe? Why is the police
It's the
department?
laws. It's the laws. We don't have anything in the state of Maine that will prosecute him.
I see Casey Glant says, why couldn't they check her hair?
Yeah, I'm assuming for the
yeah,
Our thoughts too.
yeah, because
We
she
do,
did have
because
hair.
they will do that when they do, like, sometimes they'll do drug testing and they'll take people's hair, because even, like, I think marijuana will stay in the hair for like a month or a couple
Mhm.
months.
Mitochondria.
Maybe they
and
did check and they couldn't. You know, and
And that's the
It's
answer.
possible.
Maybe they couldn't find it. Maybe they did check her hair. But we don't
And
know that.
Mark Sanderson. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Okay,
No.
so Mark Sanderson saying, I'm in Connecticut, and if it's proven that someone dies from drugs that you sold them, you're going to jail. Unfortunately, that keeps people from coming forward if someone overdoses. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
but I
that's
mean,
the opposite
it's a catch.
effect we want.
It's a catch 22. I mean, because yes, you are liable if you sell drugs to someone, but like, yeah, but that's exactly what it does. It causes this situation where if you do sell them drugs, then
You dispose the
I don't
body.
know.
After a while, you don't get caught.
Yeah, apparently that's what you can do in Maine. Is you can
Yes.
someone can overdose on your drugs, and you can just dump them somewhere, and you'll get a litter bug charge or nothing.
Mhm.
And Jennifer says it was a botched investigation. Is that her daughter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's her daughter.
It doesn't seem like it was botched. It just seems like it wasn't. It was a non-attempt at an investigation, not even botched.
Guys, I honestly think that the DA may have held this up because I can remember Detective Westella telling us, this is the DA telling us this, that it's a litter bug charge, that it would be no worse than a litter bug charge. I do remember him saying that. Amber, am I right?
Yes,
Yeah,
he did,
I
because
know.
there's nothing
Oh,
else
that's-
they can do.
that's-
Who's
That was
the DA?
DA Sidelinger, right?
I don't know.
I don't know who the DA. I don't. I don't know who else.
I don't know who it was at the time.
No.
Crystal says, if it's not something the DA wants to pursue, nothing is done. We had witness statements of a girl who gave my son drugs. They did nothing to her whatsoever. And Crystal's the mom of Alex Cross, who went missing in Maine a couple years ago. He was found, unfortunately. So Joseph says this is the opposite effect of what calling it in should have had. Also, when did he call it in? The night she went missing. Sorry, my phone had issues and the stream crashed for a minute.
No, so
No, he
so
never called it in.
No, he didn't call anything. After pressure from the detectives,
Right.
when they asked him the family needs answers, then he said, "This is where her body is. This is where we put her."
Exactly.
Pretty much, yes.
Me, like that's like confessing to the murder, if nothing else.
You would
And
think.
Crystal, I'm sorry. I said Alex Cross. That's a character from a book, right? Nick Cross.
Oh,
Nick
I
Cross.
I
heard of
apologize,
that.
Crystal.
And I'm trying to find out who the DA was in Augusta at that time, because if he hasn't lost his job yet, he probably should.
Well, it'd be Kennebec County DA. So, how long has Megan been there?
That's what I'm wondering. When did she get elected?
April.
Oh, no.
No,
We're
she
talking
was-
about the DA, yeah. We're talking
Oh,
about the
DA. Okay.
DA. What was it, Megan Maloney?
Yeah, I actually
Well,
went to
that's
school
who
with
the
her.
DA
She was
is
a little older than I
now.
was.
That's
Or-
who the DA
But I,
Right.
but
Is it
I
a
don't,
guy?
I don't know if she might have been, because I think that was that the 2016. I don't know when they do that. Let me look up the races.
Who was the district attorney in Augusta, Maine, 2000?
Megan Maloney.
Is that
Yeah, I was just
current, or
looking
is that at 2018?
She's been there for a while.
Has she? Yeah, and I think that she kind of has a track record of the soft on crime.
I think the whole state's soft on crime.
The whole state does. Yeah,
Too much
we don't
coddle.
need to get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. We try to avoid too much of the political stuff, but yeah, the state
Yeah.
of Maine has a lot of issues when it comes to
Drugs.
enforcing laws and taking care of bad actors when they should. Yeah.
Ashley said, my dad overdosed 7 years ago. It's sad nothing happens to the drug dealer. Walked free. All the evidence, proof they needed. It's disgusting. The system is very broken. Absolutely.
I think there's one
Yeah,
woman that's trying to get a law passed for making the fentanyl illegal to have.
Isn't it already illegal to have?
Or maybe, well, like make it a felony sort of
Yeah,
deal.
make it a
Like,
real felony so that people go to jail for a longer period of time.
no, absolutely, it should be.
Um,
It's like carrying cyanide around in your pocket.
Oregon, yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
We believe that gentleman in question has been in and out of jail the last couple of times, some of it due to fentanyl.
Oh no, it's definite fentanyl.
From what he,
And,
hey guys,
Yeah.
Ann spends nights on that phone. And Ann found out who this guy was.
I know all about him.
And when she found out who she thought it was, she called the detective and she said, hey, do you know this name? And he met us the next day. And that's when he told us that he told him that where it was.
Mhm.
Casey says the system failed Liz and many others.
Now, Jeff, I'm going to say something to you. This is personal to you. I have a 23-year-old son of a friend of mine that drowned smoking what you're doing.
Oh, vape.
vaping.
Sorry, didn't mean to change it, but I know it's not.
I could believe that. I could believe that because they can give you they can kind of give you a real bad cough at the wrong time. If you're swimming and that happens and it's really bad. I've experienced that. Fortunately, not near the water.
Okay.
That's a good PSA though.
Hey, Dad, Mike, I just want you to know I don't smoke.
Hey, neither do I.
I've gone over 10 and a half years smoke
Okay.
free. That's cool.
So, guys, do we have any other questions on the board from other people? Have anybody asked any questions, or are they just
Patty, mostly
yeah.
comments, but Patty says think the DAs are afraid of the drug dealers. In my honest opinion, either
could
that or
be.
they're working with them on some level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is one, and I don't think you read this already, but Stephanie Scott says littering. She wasn't a piece of garbage. Cannot believe the system. No, it's
So
It's
you can
absolutely
be
a horror.
present. So you can be
And
present when someone
I wanna
overdoses.
There's another thing I want to bring up too is evidence. I have evidence that there was a phone conversation of what Warren did that night with my daughter.
What do you mean, like
And
a verbal conversation or a text message?
I have gotten text messages and a verbal word that there was a phone that I could have. And I had previously contacted this individual, and this individual says that I don't have it anymore, in which I have text messages to another person about this phone that they had, and she's yet to give it to me so that the detective could have it. The detective didn't think there was a phone because she even told him there was a phone conversation, but when he went to ask her about it, he lost train of thought now. Anyway,
You're with the phone in there.
where was I going with this? Thank you. Yeah, anyway, when he was asking her for the phone, she finally told him that I don't have a phone. So he didn't believe that there was a phone. But I can prove that there was a phone. I mean, I think this person should be accountable for something.
Absolutely.
Withholding evidence.
And that's kind of what I was starting to say was
Fingering with him.
you can be in the presence of someone overdose, not call 911, not get them help. You can put them in a vehicle, take them somewhere, throw their body on the side of the road, and you get to walk free.
Yep.
No questions
Pretty
asked.
much.
Oh, and you can lie to the investigators while they're researching or investigating the case, looking for her. While her family's out digging through dumpsters and looking on the side of the road for her, this guy's, just living his life, decides to come out.
Tearing down posters, potentially.
Mhm.
Joseph says, do you want the investigation reopened, or do the laws need to be changed for him to be charged? I think...
No, it is still an open
Yes.
active investigation, right? Yes.
Yes, still an open case, yes.
And now, unfortunately, if you change the law now, he can't be charged something that wasn't law back then. But it would be helpful for future episodes like this, And I had seen one of her sisters that said something about calling it Liz's law, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah,
Well, make it Liz's law that's retroactive.
right.
I like your
Like
idea.
some things are just common
Retroactive
sense.
is right.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Jeff.
Oh no, I was just saying make it retroactive because some things are just common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they won't.
That
It
would
blows
be
my mind. It blows my mind that
Crystal
guys have
says...
been mistreated
Awesome.
like this.
Crystal says you guys could hold up for karma. So maybe with everyone watching tonight, just kind of pray that, some karma
I
finds
pray to God for karma every single day. I do.
And honestly, it really does. It really does matter sometimes, and I've said this a couple times already. I'm going to put it out there again that you guys can contact the Augusta Police Department at 207-626-2370 and just ask for answers. Ask to why this isn't being investigated. Ask for any sort of updates. Just putting pressure on to these guys to do something because it's been 6 years.
Yeah, because I honestly think that Liz's girlfriend knows something, and she has not yet been pressured in questioning at all. I like to question her, but
It's just awful, and I'm sorry for everything you guys are going through. And I mean, the one positive thing is that you do have your daughter back and you were able to lay her to rest. So many others are still looking for their children. But it's still
I'm blessed for that.
not helpful that the dirtball that did this isn't charged with anything.
Jeez.
His dad got his karma, I believe. He passed away with COVID. 19, about 3 years later. And if he was the one that helped Warren dump her body, then he deserves it. I don't have any compassion for him at all.
Do you guys have a Facebook page dedicated to Liz or anything?
I don't.
About getting justice. I know at one point you had a
I had a
signature
petition.
Petition, yeah. I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
Is that still something you guys are collecting signatures on?
Last time I had anything to do with that was about a year and a half ago.
And that's because they kept asking for more money.
Yeah, asking for more money,
know.
more money, and
People were asking for money for it.
yeah,
Yeah,
to keep
to
the
keep it going.
yeah,
Oh shoot, I didn't realize that.
yeah.
So
And that's
what was
through
it? Was it a
change.org.
web page that was asking? Oh,
Yeah,
change.org
it's,
request money?
Yeah, change.org, yes.
Change.org, yeah.
Change.org, yeah.
It was,
Either
Oh,
it be
well, that's
$1 or
gross.
$2, $10. That'll get you so many petitions, and after those petitions runs out, then they want more money to get more petition
Yeah.
to get to the
That's
next
gross.
phase of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after a while, people stopped giving, and we saw the
Yeah.
reason why, because
Yeah.
they just kept asking for more.
Yeah.
I got about
Well-
900 signatures.
I would, if you guys do get time to do that, set up like a Facebook page for her. Like, definitely let us know. We'll share that out, because sometimes that can be a really good way of keeping people informed and keeping the story out there.
Well, Travis,
Um,
you see on the 23rd of every month was
Mhm.
Ann puts a post up.
Every
Yeah.
month I do that on the
Every month on the
23rd.
23rd. And
That's
that's the day that she was found, August 23rd, and she does it every month. She's done it faithfully for 6 years.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was on the 23rd of every month. I know I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of posts.
23rd of August, she
So-
was found.
So everyone go online and find Anne and friend request her. So
Yeah.
that's-
And you'll see her stories. And last month, not this one that just passed, the 23rd, but last month in April, she put out the most awesome one she put out so far. So if nobody saw it last April, the 23rd, if you can find Ann Perkins in the list and you can find it, go
Actually,
read
we can get it up
Well,
here in
yeah,
just a second.
Yeah.
And it was the most awesome one she's
Oh,
put out.
you'll have to, Travis.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And Amber is saying we'll be setting one up. That's a great idea to make a page. Yeah, absolutely
I
do
would
that.
know
We'll
the
share that out
person
for.
who did
No, that's fine. You have people that want to help you guys, so
Well, Amber's right there. She's the daughter. She's
you're right. Right.
Yeah.
You
she
said,
sits across the table from us.
It was April 23rd.
Yeah, I think it was April 23rd.
Yeah, it would have been.
And I gotta say, you post a lot.
Yeah.
I'm only 4 days.
I missed my
4
baby.
days ago. We'll have to find it and share it later on, I guess, because
Yeah. Like I said, I missed my baby.
yeah.
And I'm not letting her
Kate-
story go to rest. I'm not going to go away.
And it's sad that you have to keep fighting, but like Liz would be very, and actually that's what this comment is too, is Liz would be proud of you, Anne, for everything you've done and keep doing.
Yeah.
And she deserves that.
Yeah, and one day when I do get justice and he does come forward and just so happen to be nice and admit his wrongdoing, then I'll relax a little bit.
Yeah.
I won't post as much. But
Right, I'm getting there. I'm almost there.
No, you're good, Travis. he's trying to get that shared out for people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does anyone have any more comments or questions before? I mean, Travis is trying to get this posted out, so we won't head out.
I'm on
before
May
then.
10th. May 10th was a busy day for Anne posting.
Well, you must have. That's just what she posts. Oh Christ, you
Yeah.
could be there till next week. So,
If anyone has any more questions,
so Jeff, we have a lot of people that can hear us.
yeah. We've got about 30 people watching right now, plus people that are going to watch it back later. So
Okay.
right.
So one thing that I want to say to all you folks is thank you for dropping in. But I want you all to know something. For 6 years, Anne has done nothing but search and search and search and search to find out who did this. She did find out. She brought it to the attention of the law enforcement. They came, they talked to us. They knew she had found it. They actually told her how good of a detective she would make. But all in all, she don't sleep at night, you guys. This wrecked my girlfriend. It wrecked my girlfriend terribly. And I really want justice done so that she can get a night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at in my mind.
Yeah, it's really taken a toll on our relationship.
You guys seem like you're doing very well. I understand it's stressful, but you guys are obviously mean the world to each other.
To put up with each other's bull poop. Yeah.
So I think I found it. Is it this one here?
Don't know. Can't see those small
Oh
letters.
my God, I don't know.
Can you see? It was from our original podcast we'd done with you a couple years ago. But it
Yeah, I
says,
probably did post it.
Is that April 23rd last month?
yeah.
Then that
So
would
it
be
says, I can't apologize enough about the same story every month.
Yeah,
5
that's
years,
one.
8 months about what happened to Liz. Those are true facts, and we have the facts and proof of these occurrences that took place before and after her death. She didn't have to die. If only things was handled correctly, she may be here today. She had bipolar, manic depression, and adult OCD ADHD. I never heard of these disorders till her adulthood. If I have only known, right? I raised a normal child, so I thought. She was shy, sweet, smart, lovable, and always the first person to help as a child struggling with homework, from the bullies, and with others who felt left out. She always made everyone welcome in her life. She easily made friends, and to be honest, here wished some of those friends would have stayed away. I taught my children to see the good in everyone, no matter what. That was my mistake. Not everyone is your friend. Liz has made an impact in a couple people's lives over the years before her death. I was told she helped them through their lives of addiction, and they're doing very well today and drug-free. I am hurt. I'm very disappointed in our state. I don't know how these DAs, legislation, and courts can sit here behind their desks and allow people like Warren Sidelinger walk these streets to allow them to harm or kill our children and get away with it. These people are not only addicted to drugs, they're drug-induced homicides. Hold accountable. Liz wasn't perfect. I know she wasn't. She'd be the first to admit she was not perfect. She would never intentionally give a person a drug that would harm her friend and or leave a person who was overdosing or overdosed. She would get them help, no matter the consequences. What Warren did to my daughter was wrong. He knew what he gave her. He's been arrested for having fentanyl in his possession a few times. And to boot, he and his dad, yes, his dad, dumped my daughter on the side of the road and said nothing for 3 weeks. I'm all in for helping the addiction, but I'm not for the dealers. They already know what they're doing, high or not. Laws need to be changed and held accountable where it needs to stop their coddling. So yeah, very well said.
And everyone listening, like, Liz did a lot for the people who are also struggling with the same stuff that she was. And if anyone can do anything, if anyone knows anything, like, now Liz needs help and her family needs help. So anything that you guys can do would be greatly appreciated. And I just wanted to read off a couple encouraging words for you guys, because before we finish this up. Oh, where did they all go? Of course I lost it. Oh, yeah. So Natasha's saying we'll never give up. And Mark, you're a very strong woman, and I know you'll keep fighting for the truth. Casey saying that you raised great girls, and I wish Warren's mother would have done better. And Scott says you're a great mom, and I know you'll keep fighting. Never give up. I miss and think of my cousin every day. Hugs. Justice for Rob Morrison, and that was beautifully written. Thank you for sharing. I'll hold you and your family in my prayers for justice for your girl Liz. And Lisa Doyle says, my prayers are with you and your family. I also pray for justice for Liz. Joseph says, powerful message. Thank you for being so genuine. Thank you for sharing. I'm behind you and your family. Your message 100%. I believe that what you do matters so much. Absolutely right. I pray someone who sees this gets in touch with you or the police.
Mark has a good point. Did you see that one Mark just posted?
No. So Mark says, I missed most of the beginning, but we'll watch it. It is possible that the federal law was broken. If police in Maine won't do anything, maybe the feds will. Just a thought. And yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
It seems like there needs a lot of stuff in Maine seems to get swept under the rug. It seems like, not that I trust the federal government, but maybe they need to step in and do a bit more investigating on what's happening here. But
Sarah says, my heart breaks for you, and sadly, I'm right there with you. My brother has been missing for 5 years tomorrow, and we have no answers. I will never give up. Please know, Anne, you are not alone, and you and your beautiful family are always in my thoughts and prayers.
Thank you.
And Sarah, if you want to reach out to us, we can cover your brother's case.
So to everyone watching and watching this back, we greatly appreciate you being here and sharing these stories help. We want nothing more than to try and help these guys get answers. So one more time, I'm going to share that. If I can find it, there we go. If you guys have any information about Liz, contact the Augusta Police Department at 207-626-2370, and you're looking for Detective Westella. And also, if you guys do get the Facebook page set up, let us know anytime you want us to share something out. We will absolutely do that. We'll be paying attention.
And we thank everyone that watches this, but we also need you to a call of action. Reach out to your representatives, ask questions like Jeff has been saying all night. Call the police department, put some pressure on them. This could be your family, right? This could be any one of our family members that is missing and found like this.
Change doesn't happen by just watching stuff like this. It might get you informed, but that's not what makes change and helps people like Anne and her family and Liz's family and daughter, children, So we just want to thank everyone for tuning in and sharing this out and trying to help.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne. And like we said, stick around. We'll play our outro, but we want to talk to you a little bit more afterwards. But to everyone watching, we greatly appreciate you being here with us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
All right.
Good night.